what's the sense now within the groups that are in charge of the pandemic response? Kasi today there was a warning from the World Health Organization cautioning the world against quick easing of restrictions amid the vaccine rollout. Kasi nandiyan pa daw yung Delta variant, may naglalabasan daw na ibang variant, and we are seeing even the highly vaccinated economies daw, we are seeing an increase in infections. So what's the sense now in our government? Are you actually thinking of speeding up reopening, economic reopening?
Ami, thank you for asking that question. Actually, very cautious ang IATF. We learned our lesson earlier in the year. Nung medyo naging aggressive sa pag-open, nakita natin nagkaroon ng incident of surges nung March, and then April, nakita natin yung spike. So we don't want to repeat those kinds of mistakes. That's the sensing I get from our teams who are looking into this. So a gradual opening, a very cautious opening, very carefully and deliberately thought of, I guess it's the direction. Kaya nga, yung movement ng tao, maski pa paano, nakikita natin nagno-normalize, but still, we impose some heightened restrictions in some areas. So these restrictions, I guess, if I am to be asked, will remain because the experts are actually putting on the brakes for expedited opening so that we can more or less be able to manage and not allow our health system to get overwhelmed in case of any spike. So those are the key areas actually that we have to be prepared for. And more than anything else, we have to protect our borders for any entry of the variant. Because right now, safe to say, and knock on wood and God forbid, that there will be a spread of the new variant and other mutations. Because there's another mutation that's being watched right now, the Lambda variant, discussed na ng DOH. So binabantayan na ito. So hopefully, hindi makapasok yung mga bagong mutations na ito sa mga lugar natin.
In terms of protecting the borders, particularly from international, on the level of international travel, are there new protocols or old protocols that need to be brought back?
Well, not at the moment. The easing actually happened for those who have validated vaccine cards to shorten their length of quarantine, and especially those in the green list of countries that I mentioned earlier on. But for those whose cases are still high and do not appear on the green list, I guess they will have to be subjected to the regular protocol that we started with, which is 10 days facility quarantine, testing on the 7th day. And if they test negative, they are released on the 10th day and made to finish their 14-day quarantine in their homes. So I think that will still stay for the moment until such time that the experts panel working on these things decide and recommend otherwise to the IATF. Can I just make mention that some of us are comparing the conditions of the Philippines to other countries. So hindi po pwedeng ganon kasi sa Amerika, sa ibang lugar, taas na po ng vaccination accomplishment nila. Sa atin, pumapalo po lang po tayo sa going to 5%. So we cannot compare ourselves. So the gradual easing must really come when most of us are fully vaccinated. So that's just one thing I can add.